Hey guys, Nick here with Picture This, and today we're going to be doing a photo basics tutorial. So, before we get into it, roll the intro! Okay, so today we're going to be talking about three things. We're going to be talking about ISO, we're going to be talking about aperture, and we're going to be talking about shutter speed. These are the three basic things that you need and help you with taking photos. So first, let's talk about ISO. Okay, so ISO is basically artificial light, and if you're in a dark situation or a low light situation, this is when you'd bump your ISO up. So here I have a couple shots that were shot with 800 ISO, 1600 ISO, 3200 ISO, and 6400 ISO. As you can see, as I keep working up in stops with the ISO, the photos become definitely brighter, but they also become more grainy, and that's something you have to watch out for. As you increase the ISO, the grain kind of goes up, and unless you're in a dark situation, that's not something you want. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is aperture. Aperture allows you to show how much of the subject you want in focus, for example. So if you have a lower aperture, like a f-stop of like 1.8 or something, you get a very creamy depth of field, and that's a nice effect that you might want. But if you don't want that, you could increase your aperture up to like f-stop, like 22 or 30 or whatever it is you want. And now let's take a look at a couple shots with different apertures. Okay, so as you see in these shots, I adjusted the aperture to f-stop 3.5, f-stop 11, and f-stop 22. As you can see, as I increase in the f-stop number, the amount of depth of field kind of goes away. So when I'm all the way up at 22, basically the whole frame is in focus and everything's in focus, and then all the way down to f3.5, you just basically have the bobblehead in focus and the background is more blurred. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is shutter speed. Shutter speed corresponds with how much light is entering the sensor, and it can allow for some cool shots in a dark situation. So now let's take a look at a couple shots with varying shutter speeds. Okay, so in these shots I used a shutter speed of 1/50th of a second, 1/4 of a second, and a full half a second. So as you can see, as the shutter speed gets longer and longer and longer, and I get closer to half a second and even beyond that, the frame gets way, way, way brighter. And then as you can see, when I take it all the way down to like 1/50th or even further, the frame gets darker. And this is helpful if you have a shot that's overexposed. All you do is just kind of lower the shutter speed a little bit, and everything should come back into detail. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found the tips useful. The short film that I've been working on is almost done, and it's coming along very well. Expect that in a couple days to be posted up on this channel. And yeah, that's it for the tutorial. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.